Saskatoon City Council has decided to investigate further a proposed agreement with the Muskeg Lake Cree Nation in the city's downtown arena project. And I am now joined by someone who knows an awful lot about the current arena in our city. It is City Councillor Scott Ford. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy. How are you?
Thank you for coming on. Let's talk about this. I mean, now your past connections to Saskatoon Center might give you a certain perspective on this issue. Is this the way to go to get this thing built? Create an urban reserve in the city and then build the deed project on it? You think this? Are you in favor of going this route?
I'm in favor of looking into it. I think that to make deed work, we've always been looking for a private partner, and Muskeg Lake has stepped forward to look into deed, which is really the downtown events and entertainment district. So it's not just the arena, it's also an expanded TCU place, more convention space, a new arena, and some other assets down there. And what's happening across the country now is all of these older arenas are getting replaced by new ones. And as the Saskatoon Center is 38 years old, and as they get older, they just sort of start wearing out and they become not as functionable. So it's something that we've been looking at, the city's looking at, and creating an urban reserve is a possibility. And Muskeg Lake certainly looks like they're interested to possibly be a partner in that type of development.
Okay. Now, of course, the finances are one of, if not the biggest hurdle to getting this thing going right now. This would solve some of that. But, I mean, Muskeg Lake Chief Kelly Wolf, he brings a solid case, makes some really good points. He's got big dreams if this thing does become a reality with them. They have a proven track record of success, but would those pluses outweigh the cons of maybe the city having to give up control of this land for this event center? Do you have any opinions on that aspect of it?
Well, yeah, we have 8 urban reserves in Saskatoon. Muskeg Lake was the very first one. It opened in 1988, so it's been operating. Their urban reserves have been operating for 38 years, same length of time that Saskatoon Center's been open, but it is a partnership. So in the partnership, there'd be a combination of, so the city would always own the asset, which would be the facilities, and the urban reserve would be involved in the building and the development of the district, which could include more than just the arena and the convention center. There's some other opportunities to expand. What's happening in Edmonton and Calgary and Winnipeg is when they build these downtown arenas, there's a lot of residential and commercial development that surrounds those assets, and it actually is a real boom for the downtown economy. So there's some really cool pieces that are in play here. I think that Muskeg Lake, it certainly is a very qualified partner that brings a lot of experience and a partner that the city's worked with before. And I think that this is certainly, so council has instructed administration to work out negotiating a deal and look and sort of bring back to council what that partnership could look like.
All right. Well, possible exciting developments here. We'll have to see how these all play out in the weeks and months ahead. City Councillor Scott Ford, thanks for a few minutes this morning.
Thank you.